Hey guys, welcome to System 4 for the Guitar Daily Workout. I'm going to take you through what is going to be taught in System 4, what you'll learn if you go through System 4. So there's a number of different things. First of all, we always start off with finger gymnastics. There's always exercises that just help to sync the left and right hand, non-musical exercises that are really useful physically. But as far as the musical exercises, the first exercise we're going to do in System 4, it's the same exercise as in System 3 for intervals, but we're going to do every variation of all of your diatonic intervals. And what that means is any major scale, you'll be able to find out where a major sixth is or where a fifth down is or whatever very quickly. So we're just going to take all of the intervals Now that may not seem like a big deal, but when you're improvising, to be able to hear, 7/6 or something like that from any finger. So we're going to be doing it from the G string and the D string, and your first finger, second finger, and fourth finger. So and so on. So you'll learn every single interval, like where they're all at on the neck, and you'll be able to see them really quickly. The guitar is an intervallic or geometrical instrument, so you can see your intervals. They like occur the same way every time. So this is a really helpful exercise. The next thing you're going to do is one of the most important exercises I think that you can do, period, on the instrument. We're going to take all of the variations out of the caged form, every single arpeggio in position. Okay, what I mean by that, let's say we're in the key of C. C, I've got C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and B diminished are my chords, but I'm going to put them all in one position, and I'm going to just do triads, and I'm going to do this for every caged form. So at the end of 12 weeks, you're going to learn to be able to play C, D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor, and then B diminished, which you don't really use a lot in popular music, and then back to C. All right, and I'm going to do that in every one of the forms. Every week you're going to go through the forms. That means, if you're in a key and you're here and somebody says play the E chord, you'll know that, or the E flat chord, you'll know that it's there. If you're in the key of D and they say play the 4 chord, you'll know where that 4 chord is right away. That's really important stuff because you'll be able to see the outlines of these little shapes then of the chords to be able to play over top of them in any given key in all of your forms. All right, the next thing you're going to learn that we'll practice is going through your pentatonic scales, but I'm going to skip a note and do it every other note. I'm going to go up one form, down the other form. And that's a really good exercise. It's hard to do actually because you're crossing strings all the time with your fingers, and it's hard to make that work well. But you'll go through all of the forms of the pentatonics in basically like thirds, every other note. Then we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to do every other note with the modes. So let's say we're in the key of F, for instance, and I go up F Ionian, and I come down G Dorian. But I'm going to do it in thirds. And again, you hear classical players play this all the time, and that's because this happens in music all the time. So when you're playing, when you're improvising, obviously you're not just playing up and down a scale. You're playing along, you're playing different intervals, but also a lot of times you're playing in thirds. It's a great right hand, left hand exercise. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of, insight into what's going to happen in this System 4. If you're wondering, like, is this the right system for you, or should you be in 3, or should you be in Book 5, right after this is going to be a video that's sort of a placement test. It'll test you to see, like, do you really know this stuff? Because you probably watch me do it and you say like, oh yeah, I know that. But can you really actually do it? Can you place it on the instrument? Can you do it quickly and access it quickly is really the key. So if you want to know if you can do that or not, watch the next video, get your guitar in hand, pause the video when I tell you what I'm going to quiz you on and see if you're able to do it. And if you're not, maybe book 4 is the book for you. If you're really good at all the stuff, maybe book 5 might be the right book for you.